the producer?
Hey, I'm looking for Mrs. Bubblegum. Yeah, you know I need the sweet love, cocoa butter kisses that I could only dream of. Making people want the love we have when they see us. I love ya, I want ya, girl, I really need ya. Is it real? Is it real? See, I don't want to question it. Is it real? Is it real? I think that's a definite. I thank God every day, cause yeah, she really heaven sent. See, God don't make mistakes. My baby's really evidence. Kisses on the cheek that I can't get enough of. You keep the smile on my face from sun up to sun up. I take you out on dates and I could buy you roses. See, I know this ain't perfection, but this really the closest. The fussing and the fighting isn't necessary. The Valentine's for us is not only in February. Anything you want, man, you can get it out of me. See, I just ask for loyalty, man. Show me that you down for me.
Yo. Live once again. I'm just promoting it real quick. Baller Central Pod. We're back once again. Myself and John ready to talk about the latest in sports. And hey, today we have a multi-sport pod today. We got everything from the NBA with LeBron, Pat McAfee, Stephen A. We got March Madness. We got NFL with Russell Wilson going to the Giants. Hey, both our teams made a move. Russell Wilson, Giants. Stephon Diggs going to the Patriots.
And the Jets just signed Josh Reynolds.
And Jets just signed Josh Reynolds as well. And we also have, it's MLB opening day, hence the, Red Sox gear from myself.
Nice.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. But before we get into that, welcome back. Weekly pod that we do. Just talk about random sports and our opinions, etc., etc. We go live every week. See, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Twitch. Follow us all on our socials, etc., etc. We also have a gaming channel where right now MLB and WWE is scorching. So if you want to check out that gameplay of WWE, the different game modes, My Rise, GM mode, and the Bloodline Showcase, go over there. And if you want to check out some mid or slightly below average Road to the Show gameplay, go check out there as well. So, hey. And we also have the audio that goes live after every pod, so feel free to give us whatever feedback you want on our audio platforms. And, hey, that's all the intro. John, how are we doing today?
Doing great. My Mets are about to play. About to kill Phil's bet, unfortunately. I don't mean to be rooting against you, but we're looking for a Mets win here.
I don't
get in the later innings. So you're nerfy,
so
right?
Nerfy, and I need the under. Well, I had under 10.5 on one parlay, and I had the Nerfy on another. So one of those will be fun.
Okay, fine. But I'm chilling. I'm having a good day. March Madness. We're in the Sweet 16. You know what I mean? Lots to talk about today. I'll wait to get to it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where the next week brings us when it comes to sports, because we're right kind of in the middle of the three sport. You know what I mean? Like I know there's a time when they all do three play in like September or October or whatever, but this time it is just as good with NFL news and MLB news, as well as unfortunately NBA news. So Phil, what do you want to get to today?
Okay, first off, we're going to go with the main topic of the pod, the Lebronversation. So, out of nowhere, I think they recorded this a while ago, though. LeBron and Pat McAfee, they talked for a good amount the other day. I believe it was yesterday. It was a recording that premiered as a live. So, yeah, Pat McAfee had LeBron on a show. They're talking about a lot of different things. Everything from Stephen A., everything from traditional sports media.
Sure.
And some random other stuff. And he plugged his new Mind of the Game pod, which had JJ Redick as a co-host last year. But now that he's his coach, the new person is now Steve Nash. So, did you get to see bits and pieces of it, John?
Yeah, I did. Not the new one. But you're talking about the Lebronversation?
Yes.
Yes, I'm a Pat McAfee fan. I watched a little bit of it. Even though Pat McAfee lately, I don't know. He's been all right. The fact that you would schedule LeBron on the same day they play the Pacers and then LeBron hits a game winner, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I am guess. Well, they were at Indy, and is it the headquarters in Indy?
Yeah.
So I guess that's the only time they could do it if he was in town to play the Pacers. So
I would have done it after, though. I don't mean to be like that. What?
do they have a game today?
Piss off the king. I'm just saying. You get the horn.
Oh, because they have to go to Chicago the day after. So they play Chicago today. So maybe that's why. But hey, that's great timing.
To go from one of the top sports shows on ESPN to hitting a game winner that same night, it's insane. So, my thoughts around it were I liked it. I like that they had LeBron on. I like that LeBron's getting into media. I like that he's getting into sports media. I don't know. He didn't. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like there are things I liked about it. There are things I didn't like about it about LeBron. You know what I mean? What did one of the things I didn't like about it, just because I consider myself a semi LeBron fan, is the Brian Windhorst thing. How they're not. You know what I mean? They're not very talkative, or you know what I mean? Like he called him weird or whatever. I don't know. It's just like I like what LeBron had to say about Stephen A. Smith. 100%. You know what I mean? I agree with that. I think that needed to be said. But it just some of the other things, I'm glad they touched upon it, but it's also like, I don't know. I just wish LeBron saw it a little different way. You know what I mean?
Because I think LeBron mentioned Brian Windhorst because Brian Windhorst said in like multiple interviews or like clips, "Oh yeah, LeBron's like my best friend. We talk all the time. Yada yada yada." He said I can say this,
but he'd been following since he was in high school. But yeah.
So, I mean, the main things I want to talk about for the pod, like 2 or 3 things, which the Brian Windhorst thing, we got that out the park already. The second one, LeBron said Giannis will drop 250 points in the 70s in one game.
I don't believe that. But
I mean, it's not that outrageous to say. Well,
so you're willing to believe, now you're willing to believe in Wilt Chamberlain, 100 points in a game.
No, I'm saying Giannis would drop a lot of points in the 70s. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he would drop a lot of points in the 70s, but coming from you, who does not believe the Hershey game took place, you know what I mean?
If you could show me one clip from the game, I'll believe you.
I can't show you one clip from it took place with the Amish. With the Amish, Phil.
So does Amish have a clip or something?
They do not. Well, it's because ESPN.
Give me an Amish eyewitness. I'll believe you.
There are Amish eyewitnesses. I'll tell you that. They're old, but they are.
But I mean, I'm saying that just because today's athlete and the athlete in the 70s are like completely different things.
Sure.
More developed, etc., more athletic.
I just disagree with them because I don't think Giannis would have been. I don't think he would have made the league. No offense. Nothing against Giannis.
So they hated Europeans in
yes,
the
that's
70s.
What I'm saying. I'm saying the Americans did not like Europeans, especially in the 70s. No offense. I'm not trying to come. I'm just saying the history of the NBA, where they saw them as particular players. And it took a while for players to come over to the NBA. It took still Porzingis was out in New York for people to come out to the NBA and adjust to some of these European players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know. I hope Giannis could do that. You know what I mean? But
so outside of him not being able to play, if he was able to play, you think he'd be able to do it?
Yeah. I think. I mean, in one game, 250 points. Right.
Well, I mean, obviously that's an exaggeration, but we think he'd score a high amount.
In one game, I think he puts up Kobe numbers. I think he puts
like
up
81.
Yeah, 70, 81. Yeah.
For me, 250 is definitely an exaggeration.
Yes. I don't.
But definitely a higher amount than that era had allowed. But yeah, also
it's an interesting era too when you think about it, because the 70s is kind of when basketball, like, it was already around for 20 years, but it's when we consider basketball its purest. You know what I mean? When Bird and Magic came out, and I don't know. I'm just maybe I'm spitting here, but like I get that those generation players weren't great, but I don't know if Giannis. I mean, he dominates. I just don't know how well he dominates. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And do they make those rules 10, 15 years earlier and call it the Giannis rules instead of the Jordan rules?
Oh, He'd be
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean?
Because I don't think anyone knew what alley was in the 70s. Imagine someone just randomly.
Well, no, they banned it too. Yeah. You remember how they banned the dunk at first and then they brought it back? It's insane. But
Also, the main point to talk about with the Lebronversation, LeBron talked about Stephen A.
yeah, let's get into
Basically
that.
saying the altercation, Stephen A. mistook it and he went on a world tour with it. Basically, he talked about it on ESPN. He talked about it in Fox News, everywhere you could think of. He even reunited with Skip Bayless to talk about it.
He did.
But then, so he talked about that, and then Stephen A. Smith went on First Take and just disrespected LeBron.
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, he said a lot of stuff. But he called LeBron a liar. He also claimed in the first hour of the First Take today, LeBron didn't show up to Kobe's funeral.
Bro, I can't with this drama. You know what I mean? Like, there are things like that.
Which I mean, I get, you got to say something for clicks and views, but why bring that up? It has nothing to do with the conversation.
And I don't mean to be that guy, Phil, but were they not playing basketball games? Did LeBron not dedicate? You know what I mean? Like, did the whole NBA not dedicate? You know what I mean? Like a night where they did 8-second violation, 24-second violation. That's all.
And the funny part was, Stephen A. Smith was caught lying. LeBron was actually at the funeral service.
Damn, that's crazy.
So yeah, but apparently he didn't want cameras on him at the funeral.
Sure, who would?
Right. So yeah, so he was caught lying about that.
And I think there's also, like, I'm Catholic, so there are a lot of people that die a lot. You know what I mean? And to us, you have a wake, which we all saw the speeches. That was kind of Kobe's wake, and then you had the actual funeral. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody's legacy or anything about anybody, but if you come to my wake, Phil, you don't have to come to my funeral the next day. All right, traffic might be a bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't mean to curse. I don't mean to bring it up like that, but like, why are you taking attendance at a funeral? Why would you bring that up? Like, it just, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, that makes me roll the wrong way. I don't know. And it's annoying because I don't want to take everything LeBron says on face value, but when Stephen A. Smith does this, is your opinion changed, or like how do you view the situation, Phil?
I mean, I was told that everything LeBron does is calculated. Sure. I mean, there's a reason why he went on this Pat McAfee show, because who is First Take's biggest competition? Pat McAfee.
I guess. I mean, they work for the same company. You know what I mean? Like,
true. But I feel like with Stephen A. Smith getting older, I feel like Pat McAfee is gonna take that show.
Okay.
He's next in line, basically. And Stephen A. Smith is the highest paid in ESPN. And who's the second highest paid?
Pat McAfee. Yeah.
Pat McAfee.
1,000%.
So I'm guessing it's a big FU to the First Take. And Stephen A. said, I would rather spend my time here than with you as your competitor or the second highest paid person on ESPN, not you.
1,000%. And do you remember when Carmelo Anthony had to go on First Take to just ask for his job?
Yeah.
Like that, like I understand that shows are there for like a partial reason, but you're not entitled to anything. You know what I mean? Like that is First Take is a great show. All right. First Take did many things for many years. It's a show that gets right into the debate of which side you want to be on. You know what I mean? And I love that aspect of it. But Stephen A. Smith got lost in the shuffle a couple years ago. You know what I mean, Phil? Like, I believe you should be paid. I think you should be paid a lot. The fact that he is the highest paid individual at ESPN is a joke. I don't mean to be like that. It is. He doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't see his value because in 5 years he's going to be gone. You know what I mean? And it's. Write that down, Phil. Write that down on a note card. John predicts in less than 5 years, Stephen A. Smith will be off ESPN.
Off ESPN?
Yep, off ESPN. I'm calling it.
That'd be one hell of a thing to predict. I might have to keep that on.
I mean, it might never happen. I think it's a horrible thing to predict. Sorry, I don't mean to be calling for people's jobs. I'm just saying I like Stephen A. Smith. I think he's a great person. I think he's a great debater. Is he worth his contract? No, sorry. He gets on every single day and he talks about how people aren't worth their contracts, how people aren't living up to their standards, how people get lost in the shuffle, how people misstep. You know what I mean? He is misstepping. All right. Don't mean to be like that, but he's misstepping.
Okay. And plus, I think LeBron's doing this just because we're sick of the traditional media.
Sure.
of how they handle things, how some of them don't do the research, or how some of them are biased towards certain players or certain teams. And I think that this is LeBron's mission, especially his post career. So,
you think he's going to be in the media?
I think he's going to have his own media. That's why the Mind the Game pod got announced. That's why I think he's still doing the Mind the Game pod to try to get that, his own type of media out there.
Sure.
So yeah, but hey, it is what it is. Stephen A. Smith, you might want to, just lay off talking about LeBron. Even though that's ESPN's whole thing, all they do is talk about LeBron. So
it's because they got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Because they're modeled like Fox or like MSNBC, and they talk about one person only. That's the president. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are sick of it. No, and we're not sick of the president or LeBron in total. We're sick of the same topic being talked about again and again and again and again and again. You know what I mean?
Yep. Or the same person. Yeah.
The same person, and it's just like, I get it. And I get LeBron is one of the best players in the world. You got to talk about him. You know what I mean? There's no sidestepping that. You know what I mean? We're not saying that. We're just saying that confrontation happened, and he went on ESPN the next day and he talked about it without giving LeBron the same coverage. You know what I mean? And I think that's why we're talking about the Pat McAfee thing, and that's why the conversation or whatever you want to call it between the two of them was so powerful. You know what I mean? He went out on. I still can't believe he went out to Indianapolis, shook Pat McAfee's hand, got on whatever, smiled into the camera, and then 5 hours later went and played a basketball game and hit the game winner. You know what I mean? Like, you can't write stuff like this. Like, it's good stuff. And I mean, I appreciate LeBron doing that. You know what I mean? And I am a critic of LeBron. I've been a critic of LeBron for a minute. You know what I mean? And I would like to see one more championship when we call him the greatest. You know what I mean? No doubt. Because I'm rooting for him. You know what I mean? I hope the Lakers bring home one more championship. Sorry, Phil.
I don't.
You're a Celtics fan. You hope the Lakers lose to whatever. But I'm just saying, it would be amazing for his career. He's already had a great career, but it's just the cherry on top.
Mets and Nerfy. Thank you, John.
Oh, well.
Now Juan Soto could do whatever he wants now.
Now he can run. All right, cool.
He can do whatever he wants.
What's a Nerfy? It's the first 6 innings or?
First 6 at bats.
First 6 at bats. That's what it is. Got you. All right. What do you want to talk about now?
Also, I think Steve Nash being the next guy up to replace JJ Redick.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I think it's a good move.
Sure.
He obviously the Nets coaching job didn't go great with those guys.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's still a 2-time MVP. I think he's still a knowledgeable mind in the sport.
1,000%.
And I think Kendrick Perkins saying, "Why didn't you get Channing Frye or Richard Jefferson to be one of those guys?" I think it's bullshit. Just because it's LeBron at the end of the day who decides who gets to be the co-partner. And I mean, yes, he's good friends with Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye. But
and I love. Can I say something before I come for Perk? I love both those guys. Both are great within the media. You know what I mean? Both Richard Jefferson, for the amount of bald hair jokes that I hear on TV, should get a raise. You know what I mean? But you don't need to give it to your friends all the time. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'd love to hear some of Richard Jefferson's stories, but I'd also love to hear Steve Nash. You know what I mean? I'd love to hear who he thought was the hardest to guard. I'd love to hear how the situation in LA didn't work out and the situation in Brooklyn also didn't work out, and just his thoughts on different things. You know what I mean? Like, it's for Perk to call out LeBron, and it just, I don't know. He didn't even, as much as I like Channing Frye and Richard Jefferson, and I think they do an amazing job with their podcasts and the NBA media and stuff, it just, call out a bigger name. Call out Tim Duncan. Call out, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, if you're
we don't hear from Tim Duncan.
You don't even deserve the hall. Like, I don't mean to be like that, but like, as much as I love them, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like Steve Nash has won MVPs. What have you done? I don't mean to be like that, but like, anyone ask him that question? Other than being on the Celtics, you know what I mean? For that 1 year, what have you done? Why are you online? I'm screaming right now, Phil. I'm sorry about it.
I mean, you're not wrong, technically.
And I like Perk. I think I've always liked the big man's game. You know what I mean? I've always liked the center. I've always liked the guy who rebounds. I like his opinion, but dude has become stale in a way. Like, that is just a bad take. I don't mean to be like that, but it is. Oh.
It is what it is. So hey,
it really is what it is. And then, like we try to be nice about it and stuff, but I mean, do you agree it was a bad take? Who else would you like to see? That's
I mean,
I don't mean to be like that.
I like Richard Jefferson because he's a good personality and on TV. Maybe he just didn't have the time because
Sure.
we don't know why LeBron picked Steve Nash. I'm not saying that it was the right pick or it was the wrong pick, but I mean it's a knowledgeable mind, one of the greatest passing point guards of all time. So the knowledge is there.
What about Dwight Howard?
Mm.
I'm just saying maybe for future. I'm just saying they won a championship together. It could be a thing. He was a center. I'm just saying.
Also, maybe they also want to talk about X's and O's. So maybe having a point guard, especially or someone who has been a coach in the past with the Nets, maybe that's why he picked him because of the coaching experience.
That's a great point.
So I don't know exactly why, but I think Perkins alluding to saying it was a race pick, which is BS.
Crazy to me.
But I mean, it's his pick. Just because it's not the pick you wanted doesn't mean that you have to go and scream out racism.
Sure.
So,
I agree with that.
Hey, let's head over to Milwaukee now. Dame Lillard is out for indefinitely with blood clots, the same thing that took out Wemby for the rest of the year this year, Brandon Ingram and others. We don't know when he'll be back, but does that mean Bucks fans on a scale of 1 to 10, how worried should they be for not only this year but in the future?
Very worried. Insanely worried. I'm about to text Akeem. I'm about to be like, is everything okay? Is everything okay, Akeem, in Milwaukee land? What's going on? He's about to be like, shut up, John. I'm about to be like, just checking in.
If Giannis leave, I leave. I'm pretty sure he's going to say that.
He's like, oh, really? Oh, really? I got to text Akeem. Got to see. Do you think he really would leave if Giannis left?
Probably.
If he became a Knick?
Oh, don't say
Would he
that.
become a Knicks fan?
Would you guys even have the money for him?
Well, no, probably not. Well, we can dream. We can
trade Macau and someone else for him.
Nah, we can trade people. Relax.
I trade Macau and someone else for him.
Sure.
Jalen Brunson, Cat, and Giannis. That'd be worse. That'd be worse.
But
trade Macau and OG. There we go.
That's a good point. I'll do OG and somebody else. I don't know, but I hear you. I like Macau. I think he's doing pretty well. How well is he doing? I don't know. But no, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. It'd be an insane ad, but I also think I could see Giannis going and hooking up with another superstar that, you know what I mean? Like, just needs a little help, like LeBron and Luka. You know what I mean?
Imagine. Oof.
Like, he doesn't need to go to a big three, realistically, especially if he leaves during free agency. But he could, and that would be insane. And it also would be insane the money because he already won a championship, so it doesn't matter anymore about the money. You know what I mean? If you just win another 2 championships, you're set. You've won 3. You're a European player. I mean, there's a lot of talk around you. You're in that conversation now. You know what I mean? With all the stats and stuff. I don't mean to be like that, but these day and ages, I mean, 3 championships is just as good. You know what I mean? But 1 is like, you're putting people over you. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
you win 1 more, you're better than Dirk. You're honestly the second best power forward of all time right now, realistically.
I think he's already better than Dirk, to be honest.
I know. But Dirk's championship run was better than Giannis' championship run. Don't mean to be like that.
True, but Giannis got an MVP over Dirk.
He do have an MVP over Dirk. That is true. I don't know why I consider Dirk the number 2 power forward of all time. I think it's because it's like thin. You know what I mean? Just like you got people, but like if Giannis had 2 more championships, he'd be up there with Tim Duncan. I'm just saying. I know that's like.
Wait, no, Dirk did win a MVP in 2007. Never mind.
But it's 1-1, so I would tie it realistically. And I mean, Giannis has a more impressive story coming out of Europe than Dirk did. Dirk was heavily scouted. But
I do agree. His finals run was his final run was a lot better than Giannis's.
So good. It was so good. So that's why, honestly, I consider him number 2 for right now. But I think Giannis wins a championship or does 1 or 2 more accolades, I'm willing to give it to Giannis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, for me, Giannis has been teasing this for the last 2 summers. If nothing happens with Milwaukee, I am dipping because I'm not settling. I already won y'all guys 1 championship. I don't need to stay for another one if you guys are going to give me the right team for it. And Dame and Giannis has been balling, but the rest of the team haven't.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, they've been one of the best duos in the league ever since they got together. It's just the rest of the team hasn't shown up. And, I mean, if you're Giannis, You don't want to waste your career. There's the Celtics, there's the Cavs, there's the Knicks. I take all three of those over the Bucks right now.
I guess
you need to do something if you want to contend with those guys, and the Bucks haven't done much, but just give him a Damian Lillard, an older Damian Lillard. So
you don't even say that, an insane one. We're talking insanity, Phil. Are you ready?
What?
Okay, see. You could plug and play. I mean, maybe they can't afford it, but you could trade 2-3 picks away, and you could add them to OKC. They would dominate.
I mean,
they don't have a huge big. I know you got Chet and you got
Hartenstein.
Yeah, Hartenstein. But I mean, it's like Halbert's on Indiana. My bad. But what I'm saying is like you add one more big piece into that. I mean, OKC is already scary. I could also see him going to Minnesota. And
yeah. I feel like Minnesota would be decent.
But I think they're completely different players too, so I don't know.
So hey, I mean, we'll see. We'll keep our eye on that. But I know I think we're gonna see the same thing as last year. Dame gets hurt. I think right now they're scheduled to play the Pacers in the playoffs first round. I think it's just gonna go like last year. Dame not being there is gonna affect them, and they're gonna lose a series. Definitely. And they're gonna be first rounded. And I think if the Bucks get first rounded this year, I think he's gone. So
he should be, but people like money, and money's good too. I'm not gonna
Myles Garrett.
Hey. That's a lot of money. 91 million? 91 million, Phil? You leaving it on the table?
I mean, he said it himself. He was tired of losing, but once he saw the money, maybe I'm okay with not going to the playoffs at all in my career, or not as much in my career.
I mean, they won 2 years ago, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. The Browns are a dysfunctional franchise, and to stay with them is literally insanity. So it's
unless you get the bag, which he did. So it's like I'm okay with not being super competitive. I'll just take the money.
I know that's wrong, but I feel him. I feel for him.
Hey, money money makes you forget about a lot of things, including losing. So
this is a segue. This is not on the list, but a lot of people were talking smack about Puka, saying he only wanted to play till he was 30. Do you think money has, like, he's not really making that much because he's like a fifth rounder, right? But he's going to have a contract renewal. Do you think that plays into effect with years spent, how much money you make?
Yeah. And plus, I don't blame him for retiring at 30.
Neither do I. I'm for it.
Luke Kuechly retired early. Andrew Luck retired early. This football is a unforgivable sport, and you do a lot of damage to your body. Get out while you can.
Phil, do you know who my favorite Jet is? One of my favorite Jets of all time.
Tim Tebow.
Yes, he is. I love me some Tim Tebow, but
Darrelle Revis when he went to the Patriots.
How dare you bring it up, nasty? Wayne Corbett, and I don't know if you heard the name Wayne Corbett.
Yeah, you've mentioned it 1,000 times,
bro. When I'm telling you, I love Wayne Corbett, but his brain should be donated to science because he probably has CTE because he got hit so much. You know what I mean? And like, yes, we love him. You know what I mean? But I would give anything for that guy not to have like brain injuries or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I would give anything for that guy not to have anything wrong with him. And nobody talks about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody talks about the long-term effects or how these guys have families. And it's just like, it's almost insulting when people are like, oh, you can't say you want to retire early. Why not? There are greats that retire early. Phil, the only thing that kills me is that, like, we fall in love with the greats that are pushing for one more championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
also, to be fair, I don't even care if you're considered a great or not. If you have a chance to make a good enough amount of money and be able to, be in some type of a healthy condition after playing the sport,
true,
walk away.
True.
Who cares about your legacy? You should be able to be in a good state where you can spend time with your friends and family and loved ones instead of, worrying about your legacy. I think that's even more important.
I think also, like, sports media, I mean, not everybody, but I think some people really do see that too. Like, I think there are going to be a lot of people pushing for Luke Kuechly to make the Hall next year because he didn't make it this year. You know what I'm saying? It's almost ridiculous how he didn't make the Hall. Like, all of his accolades in football, insane. But sorry to sidetrack us with that little Puka thing. I heard about that. I don't know if you heard about it. Kind of wild.
I saw something about it. I didn't see a lot of backlash on it. Let's see. So let's go with some March Madness talk. Probably the biggest thing out of the women's side so far, Juju Smith No, I'm sorry, Juju Watkins. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
thinking football still. Juju Watkins, nasty ACL tear during like the first couple moments of the round of 32 games. She is out indefinitely, and this was a person everyone was looking towards to break, a lot of records in her career while she was there. A few of them came Clark's. So with this injury, it probably backsides or backloads a lot of that talk, just because he'll probably miss some time and we'll get a chance to be able to have enough playing time to get to those records. So it's a tough thing to see, but USC did advance to the round of 16, so they'll be looking to try to march on without her. But definitely a huge hit if you're a women's basketball fan, not to see her on the court for the rest of the March Madness as well.
And I mean, you know what this reminds me of, Phil? Paige Becker's 2021 when she tore her ACL. She came back. She's looking great this March Madness. I think Juju is going to do the same. I think the next 2 years is going to be great Juju. Literally great Juju for USC. Because honestly, I see USC making a run to the finals almost anyways. They've got a stacked team. So it's going to be fun to see who they play. I think they do play UConn soon. I just don't know when.
It should be in the Final Four or Elite Eight.
I think it's the Elite Eight, but yeah. We were making our tournaments. I was like, I don't know why they put this here, but no, I'm definitely excited to see what she does in the next 2 years. I still think she breaks records. You know what I mean? Probably USC records, not as so much, but I mean that still USC women's basketball is pretty good. You know what I mean? Like nothing to look down upon. So unfortunately she got hurt, but I mean I'm still pulling for them, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So as of right now, the women's side of things for the women's bracket. Let's see. Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick. As of right now, the round of 32 are the following. Round of 16 are the following matchups: UCLA or Ole Miss. What do you got, John?
UCLA.
Yeah. Next up, LSU versus NC State.
I think I had LSU, but NC State's been playing very well.
True.
They could upset there.
I got LSU as well. Next up, USC versus Kansas State.
Didn't you just say USC?
Yeah.
No, the first one.
No, LSU.
Oh, okay. No, all right. I got you.
UCLA?
Maybe I mixed that up. Okay, cool. So what's this matchup again? It's UCLA or it's USC?
So it's USC versus Kansas State.
Got you. I got USC.
Yep, me too. And then next one would be Oklahoma versus Connecticut.
Connecticut,
yeah, because they would face off in the Elite Eight. That's where we had Juju versus Paige.
Yeah.
Then South Carolina versus Maryland.
South Carolina.
North Carolina versus Duke.
Honestly, still Duke. Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Then Texas versus Tennessee. I got Texas.
Yeah, I guess.
Because they're a 7.5-point favorite. So
I believe in upsets here.
Wow. That's possible. Then Notre Dame versus TCU.
Give me Notre Dame.
Yeah, we both had Notre Dame winning this one.
I hope they low-key blow out the I mean, TCU advancing, they're you want to talk about a story, they're a story.
Shout out Haley Van Lith.
Bro, really lifting up that whole university. So, I mean, congratulations for making it this far. No offense, but I think the time ends here.
True. See, the next one, the men's March Madness. Round of 32 was crazy.
I know. Upsets. It was bull.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think the only upset was number 5 Michigan winning, number 6 Ole Miss winning.
Yeah.
Everyone else and Arkansas winning a terrible shooting game against St. John's. Like that game was nasty shooting.
I saw that. That was disgusting.
Yeah, missed layups, missed threes. BYU beat Wisconsin. That's another upset.
I was really rooting for New Mexico for a second because the Pitino's son was coaching against Izzo, but Michigan State. What are you gonna do?
And hey, 2 memorable things happened. Florida beat UConn, the defending champs, so the defending champs are now out. Mark Clayton Jr. put a hell of a late game performance on there, and Maryland's Derek Queen hits a game winner to advance.
I saw that too.
Which now earned him an NIL deal or a sponsorship with Dairy Queen.
Nice, good stuff.
Hey.
Have fun.
So here's the round of 16 matchups. Auburn versus Michigan.
Are we picking or are we not picking? What's good?
I'm picking
All right. Give me Auburn. So
Auburn as well. Ole Miss versus Michigan State. I got Michigan State.
I got Ole Miss. Let's go Ole Miss. Yeah.
Honestly, I would be happy if Ole Miss won.
Is that the upset?
6-2, yeah.
Okay, I got.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Next up, Florida versus Maryland. I got Florida.
I got Florida too, unfortunately.
Texas Tech versus Arkansas.
Texas Tech versus Arkansas.
Can John Calipari do it again?
Can he do it again? Give me Texas Tech. We picked against him in the bracket. Let's pick for him here.
Yeah, I got Texas Tech as well. Next up, Duke versus Arizona.
Give me Duke.
I got Duke. BYU versus Alabama.
Dude, that BYU game was pretty good earlier, so I'll go Alabama.
I go Alabama as well.
They hit it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like BYU advancing. Okay.
Possible. Next up, Houston versus Purdue.
Give me Houston. Houston's 2, right?
Houston is 1.
Oh, 1. My bad. Sorry.
1 versus 4.
Okay. Give me. This could be an upset, but give me Houston.
I'm gonna get Houston as well, and then the last one, Kentucky versus Tennessee.
I want to pick Tennessee. I really do. What are they ranked?
They're ranked 2.
Okay. What about Kentucky?
3.
Okay.
And Tennessee is favored by 4.5.
Um.
I'm gonna go Kentucky with the upset.
Oh, okay. Give me Tennessee. Low key. Sorry about it.
Okay, all good. So yeah, I mean, they resume play tonight. So excited to see how that plays out. Let's see. Up next, let's talk about some NFL. So you want to talk about Russell Wilson being the 4th QB or 5th QB on the roster for the Giants?
4th, 5th. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Yeah. 1 year, $21 million deal for Giants and Russ.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. 10. I think it's 10 mil cap hit.
Yep.
11 mil. Just cash to him. Good for him. I'm happy. He joins the team. I'm happy he's a Giant. The Giants fans have wanted him for years. So the fact that we just got him, unlimited. So the fact that we just got him, pretty interesting. I've talked to some of my Giants friends. They were really interested in Jameis Winston, but we'll have to see what happens. Maybe Jameis Winston beats out Russ. You know what I mean?
That's
he
competition.
didn't perform at the end of last year. Remember that. So it's just like. I think the signing for the Giants want to go in all in, which is insane to me. They want to win. They want to win now. They shouldn't win now. I don't believe in the direction that they're going, and I don't know. That getting Russ is like it's. I don't know why you sign him. You sign Jameis Winston. I don't know why you go and sign Russ. Maybe, hopefully, that is a depiction of okay, we're going to spend the 3rd pick on Carter or Hunter. But I'm also hearing they could go Cam Ward or Sanders if they're still available. So I don't know what's going on here. So to be honest with you, I'm happy Russ is a Giant, but there's a lot of mixed signals in New York. I'm just being real. A lot of mixed signals.
So far, I'm hearing it's going to be the Titans take Cam Ward, the Browns take Abdul Carter, and you guys take Travis Hunter.
That's what I hear too. But I also heard from Shifty or on ESPN that they were like, no, they still might take a quarterback. I was like, why? But hey, I don't know.
I'd rather get the best available this year and then go for quarterback next year. To be honest,
I hear you. You're turning into the Giants fans that want a Manning. And as much as I love those people, I love the Manning.
The Manning might be better than anyone in the draft this year, to be honest.
Oh, you're talking about Arch Manning. Manning's not coming out for 2 years, though. That's the thing.
I'd wait.
You're gonna.
Not a lot of people are high on this draft class this year.
Nah, I can't with you. Now you're turning into the Giants fans. Why would you wait? Stop.
I mean, honestly, if someone's better in next year's class, not even talking about Archie Manning, I'd definitely avoid this draft.
You really don't like Cam Ward or Shorter Sanders that much?
I mean,
I don't think they're that bad. I don't think this quarterback class is that bad. Jackson Dart is not someone I'm interested in. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, or no?
I don't know. I don't have a high, high point of view on this draft class in particular.
I hear you. I would love. I know this is going to sound insane, but I would love for them to draft Jalen Milroe.
Well, with the way the Steelers might.
I mean, they might too. You never know. But I'm just saying, if the Giants drafted Jalen Milroe in the second or third round because he fell, that'd be a steal. That'd be a freaking steal. And I don't know. I think Jabby was talking about how he reminds him of Anthony Richardson, and I get that comparison. But Anthony Richardson played right away. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you literally have him sit for a whole year, watch Russ, watch Jameis, learn how to be a pro, I don't hate that. I don't hate them taking a quarterback in the third, fourth round. You know what I mean? But I don't know. See what it'll be.
I mean, also, it puts Pittsburgh in a particular spot just because Aaron Rodgers he's 50-50 right now. He could be playing for the Steelers.
Sure.
Or he could be sitting out this year.
I don't believe that. If you sit out this year, you're basically retiring, which is just
And the only other option is Jalen Milroe, because they've been interviewing him like crazy. He got dinner with the Steelers, ownership, et cetera. So
they really like him. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, they really like him. So I think they get him within the second or third round.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a second round pick. If he falls to Pittsburgh, I could see it.
Yep. Because Mason Rudolph is your QB1, and that's something you do not want to revisit again. So
I also think that Aaron Rodgers could potentially wait out until training camp. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's what he did with the Jets. And also, I think Kirk Cousins is trade bait this year. I don't think Atlanta keeps him. So I think
they're trying to trade him. No one wanted him.
I mean, Pittsburgh needs a quarterback, and they're probably calling Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh's like, you're going to release this guy in how many? You know what I mean? The money doesn't work for us because they signed him to a giant contract, and then they drafted a rookie at 9 last year. So at least the Giants didn't do that. At least we didn't sign Aaron Rodgers to a huge contract, or we didn't sign Russell Wilson to a huge contract. Or, I mean, James Wilson's on the team for 2 years, so I'm excited about that. But I mean, the money is supposedly good. You know what I mean? But it's almost too good to be true. Speaking about a team that spent a whole lot of money, New England Patriots brought in a new wide receiver. You want to talk about that?
Yep. Stephon Diggs, 3 years, $69 million. A good amount guaranteed. He's 31 years old, coming off of the ACL injury from last year. He had like 3 or 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons with Buffalo. I think he had like around 400 yards with the Texans before he got injured. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest move, but I mean, it's definitely an upgrade over our receivers last year. So
you're spending a lot of money too. I don't want to be like that, but you're spending a lot of money.
$69 million for Stephon Diggs is a lot, but at this point, we're gonna have to overpay for pieces since the Patriots aren't like the sexiest place to go to. DK Metcalf said it himself. So I mean, yeah, sometimes you have to overpay for some pieces. Hopefully, Stephon Diggs can be a good number 2 when we find that number 1, because I don't think he will be the number 1.
Sure,
he should be the number 1, but yeah, hopefully he could be a great mentor to the other receivers and eventually be that great piece guy for us. So,
do you guys? I don't mean to be poking holes in your draft because you draft right after the Giants. But if we don't take Hunter, are you taking Hunter?
I want Banks. Yeah.
Stop with this lineman talk, Phil. I love you, but you're all right, Phil. Look at you.
I mean, it's like we can't throw to anyone if Drake May doesn't have time.
True.
It was one of the worst lines last year. He barely got time to throw last year.
That's true.
There's a reason why he was like he had one of the most QB rushing yards for like scrambling for a rookie quarterback.
Sure. And I totally get you. I'm not. You're being the smart, logical one here. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, hear me out. I think Hunter, and I think even if Hunter's off the board and you guys go wide receiver again with the kid from Arizona, that's not a horrible pick. Although Steve Smith was talking smack about this kid. You hear that?
Who?
Steve Smith.
Ted McMillan?
Yeah.
Oh, what's he about him?
We're all like, oh, but at the same time, Steve Smith doesn't have a great track record. I don't mean to say that because I love Steve Smith, but I'm just saying.
He did call Cooper Kupp, though.
He did. He called Cooper Kupp. But what I'm saying is, who did he Jerry Jeudy completely revived his career after he called him out. You know what I mean? So it's just like, and he also was talking smack. Do you remember that commercial where he was like, should I put him in the flex with Cam? Oh my God.
It was him and DJ Moore, I think.
That literally was DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Talking that way to DJ Moore, bro. I don't know. I hear you. You're Steve Smith. I get it. You're a Hall of Famer.
I think that was his rookie year, wasn't it? DJ Smith?
That was his rookie year. But I mean, still, you don't be talking to people like that.
Hey,
I mean,
it's Steve Smith, one of the best trash talkers.
he is amazing trash talk. I get you. I love Steve Smith. You know what I mean? I love what he has to say 95% of the time. It's just the trash talking that kills me because it's hard to defend it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
True. So hey, we'll see what happens with that as well. Let's see what else we got.
are you digging it? Are you gonna get a jersey?
Oh damn it, Mike Trump flew out. Maybe we'll see. We'll find out. If he's, 3 years, 69 mil, possibly if he puts up numbers.
Okay.
I'll get a Christian Gonzalez jersey first before Diggs though.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I should. He is one of the premier corners though.
He is, yeah.
So next up, John, you put in this topic if you want to introduce it.
Yes.
Tush push.
Oh, the tush push. Yeah. So basically, there's the NFL is proposing new rules, and I don't know. I don't think it's like, I don't care either way if they ban the tush push or they don't ban the tush push. Personally, I would say no. I wouldn't ban it. You know what I mean? My thoughts are to you. Would you ban this play or would you not?
People were. I think the Packers didn't they file a complaint about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's finally reached the NFL, and there are a couple new rule changes. So there's more than just that. But I brought up the tush push to ease us into the NFL season and the BS. You know what I mean? So, hear me out. Would I ban the tush push? No. What I would do is I would take away defensive penalties for hitting the center.
Yeah, I see that.
You know what I mean? I would make it fair on both sides. And I would let them kill the tush push. Don't mean to be like that, but I would. Because as much as as an offensive lineman, I love it because it's like there's so the movement, the leadership, the unit, it's a pro offensive lineman move. You know what I mean? But I don't know. As we saw with Chris Jones and a lot of other players, it's not the fact that they can't stop it, it's the fact that there are rules preventing them from stopping it. You know what I'm saying, Phil?
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's what I would change. I don't know. That's just me. But that probably doesn't make the game safer overall. I think it makes it better.
Yeah,
I would do that. And roughing the passer, I'd lean back a little bit.
We've seen the tush push get stopped last year a couple of times.
Sure.
Well, I don't think it's an unstoppable play that should be banned.
I think you change the rule on hitting the center or where you can attack the center or whatever. I think if you could change that rule, it would be stopped whole lot more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. That's just, I don't know. That's my big.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. We'll see if it happens. I don't think it should get banned. And you know what's funny about it is that in the Ice Bowl, the Green Bay Packers were the first person to run a QB sneak. And they proposed to ban it, instead of just, I don't know, beating it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Next up, our last thing. Since it's MLB opening day, we wanted to get some baseball talk out there. I currently have a Nerfy going on that's halfway done. So, hey, shout out to the Mets and shout out to the Marlins and Pirates. But, hey, how are we feeling about baseball season this year? How confident are we in our teams? You're wearing your Mets gear. I'm wearing my Red Sox gear.
How confident are we in our teams?
I think our team could win a division, and I think Garrett Crochet could be a AL Cy Young winner, potentially. So,
do you think about the Sox? Do you think you win the division over Baltimore?
I think we have a good chance, yeah.
That's a good team.
We're projected our over-under for wins is 86.5 this year, so
I want to see if you can do it. I think you probably have more than 86. You probably have.
I think we at least make the playoffs as a wild card.
Yeah. I don't think the Yankees are going to be as good this year because of the
pitching, yeah,
and Soto, minus pitching. I don't think the Mets are going to be that great this year either because of pitching too. As much as I love the Mets and I'm okay with the year starting, I like Clay Holmes, I like McGill, I like a whole bunch of these guys. I don't know if they can luck out like they did last year. Phil, I'm talking about not even playoff luck. Do you remember how the Mets were that team in the playoffs?
Yeah.
All right. So now let's take you back 2-3 months and their pitching somehow survives. You know what I mean? Somehow their pitching comes through. Their pitching for the last 3 years has really been the backbone of the Mets. And then, no offense, but we just really invested in our bats. You know what I mean? We signed, we signed Pete, we signed Soto, we signed a bunch of different people. So I mean, it's just I'm hoping that our starting rotation is gonna be fine, and I trust in Cohen to make a move at the deadline if he needs to, but I don't know. I'm nervous. Dude. As a Mets fan, I want to win. You know what I mean?
Also, breaking news: NBA dumps the new All-Star format. So the mini tournament you just saw this year, they dumped it. Back to the drawing board.
Horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, I hated the whole making it a spectacle thing. We just want to see basketball, so I'm glad they dumped this shit. So yeah, I mean,
you can make it a spectacle. Move it back to
not like that. Not like they did.
Do you remember that? Where they would just bring out one player at a time or whatever. Just do that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make it a spectacle.
They brought up there was too many segments in between basketball.
Oh yeah. But do you remember Shaq's dance?
Yeah, no, I mean like the doing that during the players' intros.
Yeah.
I'm okay with.
Yeah.
But doing, hey, there's a Mr. Beast segment. Hey, there's a inside the TNT segment. Yeah, I didn't.
It was hard to follow, and we watch basketball. You know what I mean? And like we do our podcast, and it was hard to explain to the people at the bar.
Yeah,
you gotta sports is great because you can put it on, and you don't really need to explain it. You either get it or you don't.
2 hours for 3 games is crazy. Or 3 hours.
It wasn't even that good, too. It was like mid. I don't know.
Yeah, but hey, back to baseball. I have 2 season bets out there as well.
Congrats. What's up? You're not worried at all? You're not worried about anything?
I mean, I think the Dodgers are going to repeat. Okay. Pretty much.
That's a worry.
We're basically in the Warriors, Steph and KD type of thing with baseball right now with the Dodgers.
Sort of, yeah, I guess.
Because Shohei Ohtani joined them. You still have Freddie Freeman. You still have Mookie Betts. I think until
you're gonna hate this take, and I've been getting so much crap at the bar for this. Shohei Ohtani should not have won MVP just based on 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases last year. Sorry about it.
Who should have won MVP?
Francisco Lindor. Played great defense, hit the ball well. He was number 2 in the vote. That's all.
Did Lindor have better stats than Ohtani?
Yeah, I think so. Personally, I mean,
I don't know personally. So I'm asking you. I have no clue.
I mean, I'm biased. I'm wearing a Mets shirt right now, so I will get my bias. I will. And don't get me wrong, Ohtani. I'm happy he won. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to give it to him. I'm just saying I think there's so much more to him than just hitting home runs and stealing bases. Do you know what I mean?
I need Clay Holmes 1 more K, please and thank you.
You got it.
Please. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know for sure. I thought, hey, Lindor is one hell of a player, so is Ohtani.
That's all I'm trying to say. And don't get me wrong, Ohtani's amazing. I just want to see what he does pitching. I want to see how he does a little bit of fielding. You know what I mean? I want to see. All he did was play DH last year. That's all I'm trying to be. You know what I mean? Like he was a great player. He and you're right. They are in that.
All those injuries caught up to him while he's doing both. That's why.
I'm just saying. I hear you. It totally is that reason. But I just want to see what he does this year because he is a great player for baseball. I just feel like he gets put on a shelf too easily. You know what I mean?
Word on the street is he might pitch in the middle of the season.
Ooh.
He might start pitching middle of the season.
You do that, give him awards. But there are a lot of people that once he got injured off Tommy John, they were like, he'll never pitch again.
Yeah.
And those people are jokes. Those people said he couldn't do it at the beginning. You know what I mean? It's just insane. And I don't believe in that, but I don't know. I mean, and he might do better this year because his interpreter thing's behind him.
Yeah.
That was a distraction, bro. That was a huge distraction.
So what's your World Series pick this year?
I'm going to go.
Or actually, do you have any awards you want? Also we could do the same thing for MLB for the
I don't want to do the same thing. I don't think I'll hit. even close to anything. But I'll try. We'll try. We can try.
Yeah, I mean, if it's random,
let's do 5 teams making the playoffs. Each AL NL. You down?
Okay.
All right.
So 3 division winners and then 2 wild cards, right?
Well, there's 3 wild cards, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just gonna pick 5 teams.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go Dodgers. I'm gonna
For
go
we're doing
Mets.
NL, right? Okay.
Yeah, for the NL. Dodgers, Mets, Phillies, Braves, and who else is really good? Let's go San Diego. Let's go Padres.
Okay.
Those are my 5 teams to watch that I think are gonna make the playoffs from the NL. What about you?
For me, Braves, Mets.
Okay.
Chicago Cubs could be a sneaky pick.
They could be a sneaky pick. I like them. Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
gonna go Dodgers and Diamondbacks.
Okay. Diamondbacks also could be good this year. Yeah, that's a good pick.
And then for the AL, I'm going Red Sox, Kansas City Royals,
Sure.
Astros, Mariners, Rangers. I don't know why. I think Houston might take another downfall this year.
I think so too. I'm gonna go for my AL. I'm gonna go Baltimore, Boston. Do the East first. Then I'll go. I like Kansas City a lot. So the Royals. I need 2 more. Give me a West Coast team. Who else did you have? My bad.
For the AL,
Yeah, what were your 5 again for the AL? My bad. I don't know why it's blanking me.
Red Sox, Royals, Mariners, Rangers, and I think I said.
Oh yeah, Mariners.
I think I said Guardians or Twins. I said Astros. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go. I'd probably go Orioles, Royals, Rangers, and I guess Boston. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty 5. That's pretty good. 5 teams to watch. And we'll talk more baseball throughout the year. You know what I mean? We'll talk more hot topics. We'll get more into it. It'll be good.
And we mentioned playback before, and we're probably going to do a lot of that during the NBA playoffs. They announced a couple days ago that MLB is coming to playback.
Oh, are they really?
Mm-hmm. So hey, if you're down during summer,
got you. Okay, cool.
Or whatever. Like I said, I'm down. If Red Sox and Mets play, and we're not there.
Okay, yeah, we can watch that game. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
At least one of those. Yeah.
So hey, so who do you have winning this year? I got Dodgers repeat.
I do not have the Dodgers repeating. I have the Dodgers choking. It is going to depend on injuries. I have it. This is going to sound low-key a little stupid. I got Baltimore, and I like San Diego if they don't choke. I really like the Padres.
Yeah, going to need Bogarts to play a lot better than he did last year.
Way better. But, I mean, I think the Reds could be good. I mean, there are a bunch of teams in here. I mean, the Brewers were good 2 years ago. The Cubs also could be good, but they're starting the season off with 2 losses, so it's like this.
Okay.
I want to say the Mets so badly. I don't believe in us as much as like I need to see what our pitching does. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the Phillies are stacked, the Braves are stacked.
Yeah, as of right now, not so good. Astros are up 3-0 into 3.
And for anyone who follows baseball, they know that the Braves have been hurt for the last 2 years. So they stay healthy this year. I think they're the team to beat. Personally, I would go Braves, Orioles. This is out of my whatever. Braves, Orioles. The Braves beat the Dodgers to go to the World Series. Insane. Probably not going to happen. Probably going to be Dodgers repeat again. But you know, whatever.
Hey, nice. Okay. So hey, last words before we head out.
I'm sorry, Grandpa, for taking the Braves over the Mets.
Oh,
My bad.
yeah. Let's
Here we
hope that this does not reach out.
Let's hope it does. Yeah, you know what I mean. Hopefully, you don't find that out. We'll keep that on the low between us. But last words. I'm excited for March Madness. I'm excited for the rest of March Madness. I definitely want to get some streaming in. Let me know when you're ready to stream or whatever. I'm definitely down. I know we haven't done it yet as much, but yeah, I don't know. I'm down to do some streaming. We need to be more in tap to sports. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's it. And also, if anyone's watching from Alien Witch, we do this little pool tournament. Thank you for anyone who's participated or won it. This is the trophy. I thought I'd bring it on today. You know what I mean? Show it off a little bit. But
Well deserved.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I won it a week and a half ago, which is
A week and a half ago.
Yeah, well, I won it a week ago, realistically on Wednesday. But I don't like to gloat. So
so you could have pulled it up last Thursday?
No. Actually, last week we did it on Tuesday.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you're right.
I didn't win yet, so that's why. Yeah, but I don't like to brag, which is crazy because I love to brag about sports. You know what I mean? But I don't like to brag about pool. I'm very
because he doesn't get to do much of it as a Giants and Jets fan. So
hey, what are you talking about? I'll bring some history, some facts.
Well, back then, not to say now.
86? Shall we? Red Sox, Mets, Buckner. I'm just saying.
Oh, as like I said, a while ago, not now.
I'm just saying.
True.
Know that.
Okay, so for me, hey, check out all the socials. Check out the gaming channel. There's nothing going on today on the gaming channel, but tomorrow, I believe my rise WWE2K content. Check out the stream at Ball Central 4 on Twitch for all the live recordings and all the streams, etc. Hey, baseball starting today. Nerfy season is here. But that's my favorite thing to bet on with baseball. 6 simple outs, all you need. Hey, let's have a good year of baseball. Let's have a great rest of the basketball year. A WNBA is coming out soon as well. March Madness is going to finish out soon as well. So, hey, let's have a good rest of the year for sports, etc. Everyone stays healthy and competitive. And, hey, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment down below, subscribe, put a notification so you know when we upload and go live. Make sure you follow us on our audio platforms. Give us whatever feedback they have on there. Any feedback is appreciative and welcomed. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. Up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. So. However you feel you want to give us feedback, always welcome to. And with that being said, from myself and John, we will see y'all next week. And enjoy the baseball today, and we will see y'all later.
Happy opening day.
He's the producer.
Hey. Look, they say good days are coming soon. I'm just tired of waiting. And tears falling in my prayers. I've been crying for patience. I'm scarred. I gotta live the rest of my life with abrasions. You can't convince me that time isn't wasting. I feel like Hamilton the way I've been writing these pages. So you can call me, but you best be on time with the payments. So you can turn this off if you don't like what I'm saying. Or if these lines are too basic. Just know my life getting crazy. Times is getting harder, that could really spark an artist. And I ain't giving up for nothing, I just try my hardest. I say a prayer for the ones departed. A cold world, I just want to show how pure my heart is. But I see the comments, stories going around about the kid, but I'm so timeless, bad energy can't get to me. I'm the reason why we like this, allegedly. But once I see the best from you, that's when you get the best from me. I'm here for your elevation, success ain't a destination. Ain't looking for reparations, ain't looking for no type of savings. Stack up the rest of my savings, can't get no rest in the basement. Can't even lie to you, baby, time that we spent was amazing. And I ain't trying to replace you, for you my mind is still racing. I lost a step, but I'm coming back. I used to put my heart all on display, but I'm done with that. Tired of these bonds that pop easier than bubble wrap. In my notes, like a group of sick, you see a bunch of raps. In the studio, I box the beat, is just a punching bag. And for the guys, let them know I love them back. For all of y'all endeavors, I'm wishing you good luck on that. Shout out Q for the beat. This one a groove for the streets. You say you down with me, baby. You gotta prove it to me.